This is the McLaren P1, and as you all probably know if you're watching this video, this is one of 3 cars in the supercar Holy Trinity. Now, by a country mile, this is my favourite. I adore this car. This car is incredible. It is so amazing, and no matter how bad it is statistically, this will always be my favourite of the Holy Trinity cars. And now, it's got 903 horsepower, it's got 663 foot-pounds of torque, and it weighs 3,296 pounds. Now, they're incredible figures, and you know, it's a supercar, it's going to have this amount of horsepower. Well, I mean, it's a hypercar in fact. Well, I mean, it should technically have its own status in Forza, the Holy Trinity cars, but it doesn't. I'm pretty sure it's on the hypercar category, I'm not too sure. But this is my favourite, because look at it. It looks insane, it's got this very insane smile with them big nostrils and this big active rear aero. This thing is incredible. Listen to it. It is absolutely insane. And it drives like a monster going like hell. Now, I don't really usually enjoy the more oversteery cars, and this thing is quite oversteery, it's quite wheel spinny, but I adore this car. This car is incredible, and like I said, by far my favourite of the supercar Holy Trinity. The Holy Trinity, yeah. And so when this challenge was announced between us all, someone was like, do you want to do the supercar Holy Trinity challenge? So I was like, hells yeah, I am taking that P1, and no one could change my mind. This time, my heart is set on this car, and throughout this video, you will see me driving this exact P1. The purple, because it looks insane in this purple, and you'll see me racing it around against the other 2. Now, there is obviously 2 more cars in this Holy Trinity, of which the next one we will be taking a look at is this here Ferrari LaFerrari. Now, between this and the 3rd car, I can't really pick between them, except if I'm going to drive this or the 3rd car, I would drive this Ferrari LaFerrari. Now, translated to English, that says Ferrari the Ferrari. A bit of a translation over there, Ferrari, but sure, sounds cool. LaFerrari, yep. This has 949 horsepower, 663 foot-pounds of torque, and weighs 3,031 pounds. Now, this has more power than my P1. It weighs less, but the same amount of torque. So technically, this should be better. But as you can see, I find this thing a lot more oversteery in the rear end. I mean, I'm not exactly racing it here. I'm just doing a little bit of a drive around in it. So it's very easy for me to just have fun in it. I think it's very fun to have fun in. It's very easy to get it sliding and keep it in control, and it is genuinely really good. Now, it also sounds incredible. Listen to this thing. It is impeccable. But the only issue is it looks too normal. Look at it. It's got a triangle nose. It's only got like 1 nostril. You know, and the wing mirrors are horrible. They're just like Ferrari forgot to do them and then stuck them on afterwards. But anyway, this is driven by Tigos in this video, who you guys have seen on my channel before. His channel will be linked in the description if you want to go and see it. But yeah, this is driven by him in the challenge. And well, there is one more car. It's a Holy Trinity. There is obviously a 3rd car, and this is as you all know, the Porsche 918. And now this car, you know, it's a bit weird. Okay, let's get into it. It's got 887 horsepower, got 829 foot-pounds of torque, and weighs 3,692 pounds. So it's the least powerful, it's the heaviest, but it has the most torque. And the reason it has this most torque and it is the heaviest and the least powerful is because it has all-wheel drive. Now for me, I'm not really the biggest fan of this car. You know, obviously I picked the Ferrari LaFerrari over this, as you saw. But this car just doesn't drive well in my opinion. It's got too much neutral steer, the 4-wheel drive system, like, you boot out of a corner and it spins all its wheels up. It doesn't have the traction it really wants. And so, you know, it's a bit sad because I adore this car. Just, you know, I mean, I don't adore it. I adore the McLaren P1. I just don't really enjoy this car. Which is why I knew if I was taking any of the cars, I'd take the Ferrari or the P1. In this video, this 918 is driven by Dolphinino, who you guys haven't seen on the channel yet, so he's a welcomed new guy. He doesn't have a channel, so I can't link him, but yeah, he does like this thing. He drives it very well. He says it's the best. I obviously disagree massively. Look at it, it's boring. It's just a Porsche. It's got the same front end as every single Porsche in existence. It's got a bit of active aero on, but not. The P1 is better. Anyway, the first thing we are testing is the acceleration times, and obviously the 918 is going to have the advantage on this. So we went to obviously to do the quarter mile. And we did 3 of these just because we know if we were going to botch a launch, then we've got 2 other times to get it right. So I messed up the launch big time on this first run. As you can see, the 918 is running away. The LaFerrari is pulling him in, and I'm staying with the Ferrari, but the Ferrari does pull away just a little bit. I come third in the first one, but the second one, I get the launch perfect. As you can see, I'm flying off the start. The 918 is still obviously going to be ahead because of the four-wheel drive system, but we do accelerate. We're still accelerating fast, man, and I come second. The LaFerrari came first again. So it's a 1-1 for the LaFerrari. And again, for this third race, I do get a incredible launch off the start, but it's not the, it's not the best launch I could have got. But there it is. Came second again, so that's a 1 win for LaFerrari. I came second. The next thing we'll be testing is the top speeds. Now, well, here we go. It's it's hard to comment over this because it's just really racing in a straight line, but as you can see, my P1 is coming flying past this 918, and it's still accelerating. It's now chasing down that McLaren P1. The 918 got a top speed of a 212 as I come flying past this LaFerrari. The 918 is the slowest. The Ferrari LaFerrari's got 217 miles per hour as its top speed. My McLaren P1 is still accelerating, and it's still accelerating now. In Forza, it is a little bit broken. It's not actually, it's not like it is in real life. In real life, it's only got about 213 miles now, but we're going off Forza stats. And as it comes to the end of the track, I'm just flying away. I did get a top speed of a 247 miles an hour. If I had to get on the brakes, keep my car all in check, otherwise the guy that owned this would have had a massive go at me if I had a big crash in it, so I had to keep it all safe. But look at that rear aero on that thing, it's huge, it's great, it's incredible. So that's a 1 win for the LaFerrari, 1 win for the P1. Our next challenge would be 0 to 100. Wait, actually, yeah, it's the 0 to 100 to 0 challenge. And as you can see, we've got all the cars lined up. We're here at Top Gear. That isn't the 918 launch, and that was a I don't know what he was doing. I think he was just testing out a clutch or something. I'm not entirely sure. But we're gonna go from LaFerrari P1 918, and so we've seen. 918 is going to get an incredible launch. It's got the all-wheel drive system. LaFerrari does accelerate very, very well. It can beat us both in a quarter mile. We've not really seen the braking of either of these, any of the cars yet, so this is a good test. Now, the LaFerrari has gone, and as you see, it's just got to a stop right there. It's just a little speck in the distance. My P1 is revving it. We are running ABS on, just so it's more. This is just the same, everyone's got the same braking. We all have to slam the brakes on as soon as we get to 100. As you can see, I'm accelerating, it's just spinning its wheels up a lot, and there's 100. I even got to 102. Slammed on the brakes, and the brakes just weren't enough. I come second. LaFerrari is still in first place, but now it's up to the 918. Will the 918 claw back a point? So, we will have a look here now. And the 918 is accelerating, it's got the four-wheel drive system, but it does weigh a little too much, and it doesn't pull up in time. The LaFerrari does win that one, so that's 2 wins for the LaFerrari, none for the 918, and 1 for the P1. But now the test that is going to test all testiness is, this is the test of racing ability. Now, the issue was with this is the LaFerrari driver was trying to learn how to race without ABS off, so it's a little bit of a disadvantage there, but it's nothing too bad. But right now we're all very, very close. We're on Suzuka, which should be my home track, so I should have an advantage, but I am technically driving the hardest car here. And on these S-bends, it was lethal. You can see it just doesn't grip up. It's not very fun to drive. Well, but it is fun. It's not very grippy. As you can see, the 918 and the LaFerrari are pulling away from the P1 very, very fast. The 918 obviously got the launch with the four-wheel drive system, has managed to keep it ahead so far, and through the corners it can accelerate better out the other side, as it won't get as much wheel spin as those rear-wheel drive cars. Just coming up to the Degner's one, we all cut the first corner, so there's no advantage or disadvantage there. And the second corner, LaFerrari gets a little bit of a brake lock, but he does manage to pull up in time, doesn't get the position on the 918. The 918 is still running away with things. And we're coming up now to the uphill hairpin, and you guys will know this is horrific. I'm coming in the wrong way to this in the P1, just managed to pull up in time, but the 918 is off-roading, got a little bit of that neutral steer that I really don't like about this car, because it does get a lot of it, and it does get up the hill a little bit better, because it's all-wheel drive, gets powered down, accelerates better. Ignore the replay error, that wasn't meant to happen, it just follows the replays. Now we're accelerating like a mad one. Coming up to spoon now on the 918. The LaFerrari's gone a little bit wider than the 918. The LaFerrari, a little bit of brake lock, coming round, trying to go on the outside of the 918, but it's not working. The LaFerrari goes a bit wide. Now the 918 can really run and accelerate incredibly down this back straight, but the LaFerrari will manage to pull it back, because we know it's better at accelerating, it's better at top speed, but it won't be enough on this short straight. Coming up to 130R now, and the LaFerrari is still in contention to get a dive bomb, get an overtake done, and they're neck and neck. I'm nowhere to be seen coming into the Castle Triangle. The 918 is where it'll take a massive advantage, because of its all-wheel drive system will get it launched out of these corners very, very well. It's been a high-octane lap so far, and you can see the 918 has the better acceleration, has the better launch out of these corners, and it now has pulled a big gap to the the rest of the field. Now it's a bit of no man's land for us all. The 918 is going around the first corner. LaFerrari has a massive lock. He was very scared. He had a bit of poo in his pants when he did that, because we were all in the same party, and he was like, oh my god. But yeah, the 918 is much better around the circuit, as you can tell. It just runs away with things. Its launch is incredible. It's better. It's much easier to get around these corners and get it accelerated out than the likes of the LaFerrari and the P1, because it's got all-wheel drive. Us rear-wheel drive cars, we're getting power on, and it's just spinning the wheels up, and we just sliding out. We can't get the grip, can't do anything. But this doesn't mean that these last two laps will be boring to watch, because oh boy, no. We're going to call this Degner here because it's a bit boring. But coming out of the second Degner, the Ferrari has a massive issue with getting it stopped, and my P1 got perfectly around them Degners, which left me in contention to getting this overtake. As you see, I'm all up behind this LaFerrari. The P1 takes a cutback, but can't get it going because of the uphill hairpin. It just destroys the P1, because we know how much wheel spin it has, we know how uncontrollable it is sometimes, and we can't get it accelerated as well as the LaFerrari. The LaFerrari goes wide. I'm up the inside of in the P1, but now we come to spoon, and I will have to take the outside line, but I think better of it. I do kind of pull it back, don't push so hard, but I'm still like have my car alongside, just so I know if I have the opportunity to go, I can do it. But the LaFerrari does get the run on me, because I'm going wide. He's got the shorter line, he can get it pushed much better, but I now have the better acceleration. As we know, the P1 has a better top speed. It can accelerate to the top speed a little bit better, coming down to 130. Yeah, there is a little bit of a bump, because I'm going so much faster, and I get on the brakes a little bit late, because I trust this car a lot. Coming to 130, yeah, there is no harm done. We're both very hard onto the brakes in the Cassio's Triangle. I'm trying to get my nose up the inside, but it's not working. The LaFerrari is defending very, very well. I'm still trying to get the cutback when he goes wide. It's not working, but the LaFerrari leaves a little bit of a gap, and he closes it again. The defending from this LaFerrari is great, but the P1 now has the advantage. We are on a straight. We do have the better top speed. As you can see, I'm pulling up alongside, and I'm just letting the legs of the P1 do the work. I'm hard onto the brakes, keep the inside line, but the LaFerrari is going very, very brave around the outside, and does manage to get the spot, because that is not my preferred line. As you guys know, I can't do that line. I have to brake pretty early. LaFerrari does have a massive moment onto the grass again, coming into the S-bends now, and we know this P1 isn't good here. It has a it doesn't have the advantage. The LaFerrari has all the advantage here, because the P1 can't get accelerated at these corners. It is a handful and a half. As you can see, the LaFerrari is having issues as well, trying to defend while I'm trying to attack it. We're both putting pressure on each other. We're both making little mistakes. That 918 is gone. We don't even know where that 918 is at this point. It is flown away. But the LaFerrari has moved over. It doesn't get the acceleration. As you can see, we're both tandeming very, very expensive supercars, and we're coming up. I'm on the inside of Degner 1. The LaFerrari tries to keep it on the outside, and he does amazingly. Massive lockup once more into Degner 2, and I'm still behind in the P1. And we're accelerating so fast now into the uphill hairpin. I try to go to the inside, but LaFerrari defends again. He is such a good defender. I cannot get that P1 up anywhere near LaFerrari. I do get a worse launch up that uphill hairpin. I'm now accelerating down around this long, fast right-hander. I'm accelerating towards this LaFerrari. I'm launching myself. We've got spoon to go now, and I'm much better on the brakes as I pull it in, but I go very, very, very wide. I would make a massive mistake. I drift the very, very expensive P1 the whole way around spoon, which then left the LaFerrari to run away with it. The 918 by this point had pretty much already crossed the line, just coming up to the final straight now. While we were putting so much pressure on each other, we were losing so much time per lap. Saying that though, and a lot of times weren't that much different. The LaFerrari is now coming into the Castle's Triangle. It does have a little bit of an issue, as you can see. I'm still there. A little bit of a corner cut from me, but we won't talk about that. And the LaFerrari is drifting around this final corner. But the 918 would take first, the LaFerrari would take second, and I would take third. And the lap times were the 918 fastest. I was only 2/10 slower than the 918, and the LaFerrari was about 7 seconds slower a lap. But that does mean the LaFerrari takes 2 wins, the P1 takes 1, and the 918 takes another. Which therefore means, from this very intriguing test, the Ferrari LaFerrari is the best car in the Supercar Holy Trinity. Now, this guy's a lot of fun to drive. I am very, very sad to see the P1 not at the top here. Maybe if I had a better driver, it could probably do very, very well. As we saw, Chris Harris can get it around very, very fast. I am not Chris Harris, sadly, so I can't get it around very, very fast. But the LaFerrari, you know, it's got the most power, it weighs the least. Statistically, it's going to be the best. And it was, clearly. It's got better acceleration, it's got better acceleration and brakes. So, you know, it's worthy of the title. But, you know, I'm very angry that the P1 didn't get it. So it was a tied second for the P1 on the 918, and a first for the LaFerrari. But anyway, guys, comment, leave a like if you want to see more videos like this. The challenges have been doing very, very well recently. You guys liked the 911 challenge video we got out, so we thought we'd make another one. We got a couple more on the way this week, and we get some more recorded for the weeks coming. Comment down below what you think of the what your favourite of the Supercar Holy Trinity is. What car you think should have won some of these challenges, and what car you think should have come last. Also, comment down below if you don't want to comment that very, very long amount of stuff, or if you want to put like, oh, the McLaren P1's best, which everyone's going to want to anyway. Comment down below what challenge you want to see us do, because we're all up for it. We love doing the challenge. We find them so much fun to record, and you know, doing this bit as well, the intros for and the outros for these things. You can see how much fun I'm having in this LaFerrari. I'm just throwing it about. I'm not really having a care in the world. It's just great. But yeah. Anyway, that's it from me, guys. Hope you've enjoyed. TMDC Hyper signing out.